They called him the Prince of Darkness, a man who bit the head off a bat, survived near-death accidents, and yet laughed and cried with his children on reality TV. Ozzy Osbourne is gone at 76, but his legacy is louder than ever. From the gritty streets of Birmingham to the world's biggest stages, this is the unforgettable journey of the godfather of heavy metal. Born in 1948 as John Michael Osbourne, Ozzy grew up in a tough working-class neighborhood in Aston. His early life was far from glamorous. He struggled in school due to dyslexia, endured poverty, and faced deep personal trauma, including abuse. At 17, he was jailed for burglary, a moment that changed his direction, though not his desire for chaos. Music was his escape. And in 1968, that escape exploded into history when he co-founded Black Sabbath. Their sound was dark, powerful, and revolutionary. Together with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, they launched a new genre, heavy metal. Their 1970 debut album, Black Sabbath, was followed by Paranoid, Master of Reality, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, all milestones in rock history. Ozzy's voice was haunting, raw, and unforgettable. But behind the music was madness. Substance abuse plagued Ozzy throughout the 70s, and by 1979, the band let him go. Most thought his career was over. But Ozzy came back harder. His solo debut, Blizzard of Oz, with Randy Rhoads on guitar, was a masterclass in reinvention. Hits like Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, and Goodbye to Romance proved he still had the fire. Ozzy was more than a musician. He was a symbol of rebellion. Wild stories followed him, biting the head off a real bat in Iowa, releasing doves that he then bit in a record label meltdown, and peeing on the Alamo while dressed in Sharon's dress. He was outrageous, but always captivating. Off stage, his personal life was just as dramatic. He married Sharon Arden in 1982, who became his manager and fiercest protector. Together, they built a business empire. Sharon started Ozfest in 1996, turning metal into a massive festival scene. Ozzy and Sharon had 3 kids, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, and they also raised Sharon's adopted son, Elliot. From his previous marriage to Thelma Riley, Ozzy had 2 children, Jessica and Louis. In 1989, at the height of his addiction, Ozzy was arrested for attempting to strangle Sharon while blackout drunk. He later described waking up in a prison cell not knowing what he had done. But somehow, they held on. Their love story was broken, but unbreakable. In the 2000s, a whole new audience met Ozzy through MTV's The Osbournes. The show was raw, loud, and hilarious. From screaming matches to dog poop on the carpet, Ozzy's confused charm and vulnerability made him beloved all over again. It won an Emmy and helped redefine reality TV. But time caught up with the legend. A 2003 quad bike crash nearly killed him. He stopped breathing for over a minute. He fractured his neck and ribs and would deal with complications for years. In 2005, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome. In 2020, he revealed he had Parkinson's disease, and health problems only increased: spinal surgeries, tremors, and infections. Despite it all, Ozzy kept performing. He toured, made albums, and even collaborated with artists like Post Malone, Travis Scott, and Elton John. His 2020 album, Ordinary Man, was a touching farewell to fans, yet Ozzy still wasn't done. In July 2025, he returned to Birmingham for Back to the Beginning, a historic farewell concert with Black Sabbath. Seated on a throne, he reunited with Iommi, Butler, and Ward, performing songs that defined a generation. "I am Iron Man," he told the crowd. "Go crazy." It was pure Ozzy, fragile, fierce, and full of heart. On July 22, 2025, Ozzy Osbourne passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by family. The world mourned not just a rock star, but a survivor, a father, and a force of nature. He leaves behind his wife Sharon, 6 children, millions of fans, and a legacy louder than thunder. Ozzy was never perfect, but he was real. He fell, he broke, he got back up. He turned his darkness into music, his pain into power. He inspired generations of artists and gave millions the courage to embrace who they are. Long live the Prince of Darkness. Thanks for watching till the end. If you felt this tribute in your soul, please subscribe for more updates, memorials, and deep stories behind the music and legends.